Hi, welcome to my show. Today I have Julie Brenner on my show. She's from the Alliance of Coalition for Healthy Communities. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you.
And the Alliance of Coalition for Healthy Communities is a sponsor for the Path of Consciousness Spiritual and Writing Retreat. So I want to thank you for that.
You're
as
welcome.
well.
Thank you for letting us be a part of it.
Thank you. So I going on your website
There's a lot.
is amazing.
Thank you.
You guys honestly do such great, wonderful work. And I have some images here that I'm going to be sharing so that you can tell us the story
Sure.
behind all these different events. And it seems you guys are pretty active, obviously.
Very active.
Yes, very active. And it's just, is most of the activities geared around children or youth?
It is both. Actually, it's the entire community. We do have a very strong focus on our youth in Oakland County.
Oh, I see. Okay, great. So I am one of the things that, one of the programs is that you have, let me show it right here. Keep them safe, keep them healthy. I'd love to hear more about this
Sure.
program.
It is our school and community programming focusing on middle school and high school kids, students, for prevention. And that means for us prevention of substance misuse and increasing their protective factors and incorporating wellness initiatives so that they can handle things that they are constantly bombarded by all day long.
And is there a particular age group for
Yeah, so we focus a lot on the middle school and high school age. We do have elementary school programming, but for Keep Them Safe, Keep Them Healthy, it's predominantly the middle school through high school.
Okay. Other programs that you guys have on here is, well, you guys do a lot, obviously, with kids.
We
This
do.
looks
We
fun.
do. Yeah, so that's a part of, we do a run every year, and this year it was called Shatter the Stigma, and we hold it every year in Clawson. And this year we ended up having over 200 people show up to help shatter the stigma of addiction. There's a lot of stigma around it, and we're trying to empower people and have people connect and get the resources that they need to stay in their recovery and get into treatment.
That's cool. And
Life is Your Playbook is a program that we have a Super Bowl champion, Greg Jones, who is the lead on this program, and it's for was originally created for athletes. And what we found is his leadership programming, or his leadership conversations and prevention conversations that he has really impact everyone that's within a school setting. Resolve is a brand new program for us. We actually piloted it over the summer, and we will be in 3 courts in Oakland County this fall, 2 in Troy, 2 drug courts in Troy, and 1 veterans court in Novi. It's a 16-week life skill building for young people and actually any age, 18 and up, to increase their life skills and to better adapt within their recovery scenarios. We partner with the Restore Foundation on that particular program.
16 weeks. I love that. The fact that it's long
Yeah,
term, because
it
I really
is.
believe a lot of programs, that's how probably they work best, isn't
Right.
it? That if they're
Mhm.
long term and it's not just like a 1 or 2 day, just touch and go type of thing.
Absolutely. And the beauty of the program is that they are with peers, and they also will have a mentor and a peer recovery coach that works alongside them to make sure that they're successful.
Wow. Sounds really great. And
Save a Life is our response to the opioid epidemic. It is our Narcan or naloxone training. We provide it free in Oakland County to any community member that's interested in learning how to save a life utilizing this life-saving tool.
and you have some, where is this at? Right
So this is a pic. We've got several pictures of our team working within the school system. So that this is part of our Keep Them Safe, Keep Them Healthy community and school programming. We have many young speakers that help us with this, including young people in recovery that have successfully been in recovery for over 2 years, making sure that they're able to impart on the students that making good choices is the best idea. That if you do fall into utilizing any substance, that there are resources out there and there are ways to get help.
So sometimes young people do come in and talk to them too?
Definitely.
Doesn't it have to, I
So
like that.
yeah, which is great. So what we end up doing is we also have focus groups, and we talk directly with the young people, as well as we do a larger presentation that includes parents, making sure that the parents are on board with what's happening in their own school environment, so that they can actually have a dialogue with the parents about what they're seeing, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and then we wrap some resources around that. We listen to what the kids are saying. We go in with actual county-wide and if not school-wide data to show them that this substance issue is happening or this stress-related issue is happening, and then we wrap around our services and adapt to that school so that the kids are getting exactly what they need.
Well, you know what? Because I mean, this is obviously you guys do incredible amount of work, and then so before we continue,
Sure.
I'd love to hear a little bit more history about
Sure.
the organization. It's a nonprofit.
It is a nonprofit.
Yes, and with all these things
Yeah,
you guys
there's
are
a lot.
offering, what is the history behind it? I'd love to know the story.
So the organization started in 1993, and 10 years later, in 2003, we became the Alliance of Coalitions for Healthy Communities. And what we represented as the umbrella organization for what is currently 19 prevention coalitions in the county. And on top of that, we also have a recovery and support arm, which is we are also the Oakland County Families Against Narcotics chapter that provides 5 meetings every single month to help support recovery, whether you're affected directly by addiction, whether or not you're a part of the family. Everyone that comes to those meetings gets the support, recovery, and resources to help them and empower them with that walk.
And so, are you guys going to be expanding to different?
Well, we already are. We
Okay.
do. We've actually done Keep Them Safe, Keep Them Healthy. That's our school program we just
Okay.
talked about in other counties.
Okay, great.
And Resolve is definitely positioned to grow there.
So you're going in that direction.
We'd like to, yes. The need is there,
Yes.
and our response is phenomenal, especially with this collaborative nature that we have with our coalitions.
Well, and in your experience.
And our experience.
Yes.
So we have, it's probably 100 years total of experience within the team that we currently have in prevention. If you lined us all up and counted, but we are very dedicated to make sure we've got integrated programming, that we are collaborative with every community sector, that we are connecting with treatment and resources. I think one of the biggest assets that we have is that we are funded through the Oakland Community Health Network. We are their largest prevention provider in Oakland County. Their support has been absolutely phenomenal, and letting us grow and incorporate new programming that really focuses on prevention, support, and wellness issues.
And do you feel like is there more of a need nowadays, or is this just been going on in different areas? Do you just kind of accommodate what the communities need? Have you
Yes.
guys always had a lot of things going on, but just geared toward different services?
Yeah,
maybe?
so when I started, it'll be 5 years in January, we were really focused on supporting and giving technical assistance to the coalitions. And 3 years ago, we actually had the opportunity to respond to a community assessment, an Oakland County community assessment, where we saw some gaps in prevention. So we've been able to grow that way. One of the beauteous things about the Alliance is that we are able to adapt to community need.
That makes sense.
It
Yeah,
does.
You would
We've been
have
very
to
lucky.
see things change.
Absolutely. And
matters.
every neighborhood is different. Every community is different.
Yes.
So where, let's say up in Holly, they might be having an issue with marijuana. Down in Southfield, it might be opiates. So every coalition is able to respond, and then we provide our own information and resources. And it's really one voice working together so that we can actually
like that one.
create
Yeah.
larger impact and increase our prevention efforts.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. As a journalist, I know I've done a lot of stories regarding these issues, and yes, there's definitely a need, and it's really
Yeah.
great when you have organizations available there for you, that you partner with. You
Absolutely.
really feel, so
Yeah.
it's really wonderful. And I'm going to show this video. This is a fun video about your last year's
Our legacy gala.
Yes, your
It was
legacy.
it was our inaugural legacy gala,
Mhm.
and it was in November of last year.
Uh-huh.
We do have another one. Our next one is November 29th.
November.
Coming
Okay.
up this year.
Well, I'm going to put the video, and then I
Great.
will let people know how they can get involved in the
Sure.
one that's coming up.
That'd be great.
Yep. That was really fun to watch, especially the part with the one guy painting.
The art,
If you
yeah.
can you like
So
explain what was going on?
we had a live auction, and
Okay.
it was really fantastic. He got up there and he did the entire painting upside down, but he was playing music while he was doing it, so it was quite interactive, and we could watch him do this. And it was very quick that he did it. It was like 3 to 4 minutes,
Okay.
and then he flipped it, and you actually saw that it was either Muhammad Ali. I believe there's a Tom Petty one. And I don't remember what the third
So it
one
was several.
There were several ones that
paintings.
he did, and then we auctioned them off to the audience.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that was so cool.
Yep.
I know it looked like a really cool party.
It was awesome. We had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
So I think you have. Let's see the one that's coming up. Well, let's
The
look at some
gala
of let's look at. We'll get back to it so
Sure.
we can show them the dates and how they can get there.
Excellent.
And what's going on now with this?
So
program
this
here?
is 21 to buy, not supply. Really
Mm-hmm.
focusing on that. If you are not 21, you should not be drinking. That's the law. And we partner with all of the logos that you see there. But Secretary of State's been a big proponent to this, and it is important because people need to know that when, say, you're being approached at a variety store or a gas station by young people under 21 that are getting you to purchase alcohol for them, it's
Yeah.
illegal. So that's what that is. So you'll see the decals actually around Oakland County and a lot of the gas stations that are out there. So we've been very focused on that over time. Binge drinking and college drinking and things like that. I mean, it's
Yes.
very prevalent here in Oakland County, and 21 to buy, not supply was a response to that.
And what about this?
Clear the Smoke is our task force for focusing on preventing youth from using marijuana. And this is actually a billboard that will be up starting in October. We do a lot of social media around this particular issue, recognizing that brain development is very crucial with young people, and using substances of any kind, including marijuana, are dangerous.
Yes, and there is a difference with medical marijuana with when adults, children,
Yeah.
they're not ready to
Right.
use, so it becomes addictive and it becomes sometimes abusive
It
too,
does.
doesn't it?
It does.
They're not at an age where they can really utilize it maybe
Correct.
in the right way.
And they don't really know what they're getting, and that's the other part too. I mean, and we do talk about,
yes.
the 70s marijuana is a lot different than 2018. You don't know what's laced with. It's higher THCs.
Oh my goodness, that is very
so
true.
it's
yes.
it can be a bit terrifying, and at the same
Yes.
time, preventing young people from using it is definitely something that we focus
Yes,
on.
actually, so a couple of the stories that I had covered over the time was some young people who died because of they didn't know what they were getting. So
Yeah.
it wasn't because they didn't use it properly,
Yeah.
but they were
Didn't
just
know what it
getting
was.
stuff from
And
the
that's the
street, and
terrifying
that's
part.
what happened.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
So I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yep.
And so some of the other programs, or actually the fun events,
Yeah.
that you guys.
That's part of our run, Shatter the Stigma. So
Uh-huh.
that's actually one of our, the young woman on the left is one of our strong advocates for prevention, and she speaks at She lives in Clawson. She is in middle school, and she speaks about.
I was just
her
going to
own
ask you, how old
experience.
is she?
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Because I
Her
thought,
name's Elliot.
does she just look that young?
Yeah,
or-
no, she's a little older now. That was last year, but
still,
yeah,
she's in middle school.
yeah, she actually tried out for I believe it's called Miss Clawson Junior, I think it is. And she is quite a young advocate for prevention and making sure that people are not using substances.
So you guys are also developing leaders, basically,
Absolutely.
in the process.
Yes.
And aside from the people that you're helping and educating,
Yeah.
but there are these leaders that young leaders
Young
that have an
leaders.
opportunity to come on board
Absolutely.
and participate.
And that's the nice thing that we've been able to do for the last few years is it's our youth collaborative, our Oakland County Youth Collaborative, and we empower young people to to say that they want to make some healthy choices, but also be able to work together across the county. So whether you are part of a coalition in your community or a school or anything else, you are all welcome. Young people are all welcome to get involved in. It is called Peers Educating and Empowering Peers. For short, it's PEEPS. And so we just hired a new youth coordinator, Amy
I've heard about
Ostrand.
PEEPS.
I hope so.
Yes,
I hope so.
I have
It's
heard
been
about
fantastic.
It. Yes, I didn't
Yeah.
actually know that it was
Yeah.
through your organization.
It is.
I'm
Yeah, that's
sorry.
okay. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going
Yeah,
on. Yeah,
yeah.
but that's great. All great
Yeah,
things.
they just had a wonderful mindfulness, stress reducing summer camp called Renewed, and it's our second year that we had it in Royal Oak. So there were quite a few kids, over 50 kids that were there that are looking to figure out ways to do positive things.
Great.
Yeah.
That's really good. And obviously, so you guys do quite a bit of activities. I see this is
Yep.
outdoors. So,
Yeah,
you
so
you collaborate with different maybe.
So we go to a lot of different festivals and or different. This was actually at a recovery event, and again with us being the Alliance of Coalitions for Healthy Communities and as well as the Oakland County Families Against Narcotics chapter, we make sure that resources are provided for treatment, for support. All of our toolkits. We have toolkits for every substance that we cover, making sure that people have the tools that they need, and then contacts and faces for help. That's a Life is Your Playbook picture. So the gentleman in the center with the hat on backwards, that's Greg Jones. And this was at a West Bloomfield school just recently where he goes in and does leadership training and explains to the young kids that there are opportunities more than the obstacles that they face. That he actually grew up in the project in Cincinnati, and he was able to persevere and became a Super Bowl champion. So he's been quite an asset to our organization.
So he's
in
a
terms
great
of
example.
He's
you
a
know,
great
you bring
example.
Somebody
Perfect
that is
example.
people that can look up
Yeah.
to the kids. And
Absolutely.
Stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
they can model.
Yeah, model healthy behaviors, and that's exactly what we're looking for. This is from, actually, I think our first run. So this is a little bit of an older picture. The founder of Families Against Narcotics is the third lady from the left. And then we, again, bring multiple not counties, but there were multiple counties represented at which was our first fall run. Congressman Levin, and the young woman on the right actually works for us. She's a peer recovery coach and is also our lead young person in recovery.
Yes. And what role has he played, or did he just want to attend?
No, he actually has been phenomenal. He is responsible for the Drug Free Communities Grant, which is through the Office of National Drug Control Policy. And he was part of writing that and implementing it. I believe it was about 20 years ago. We, the Alliance, have that funding. We are going into our fourth year. Again, Drug Free Communities. There are multiple coalitions that have received it and have it currently.
And these are more of the.
These are more. So the woman in the middle is Carol Mastriani. She's our vice president. She is also the executive director for Birmingham Bloomfield Coalition. Tracy Chirikas is our development manager, and she also focuses on our Families Against Narcotics relationship. And then the lady on the right is Marianne Vergeth. She is our prevention program manager, who is focused on ensuring that the coalitions have everything that they need and providing exceptional technical assistance to them to make sure that they shine.
So these are all these four powerful women there.
There's a couple of guys in there too, but yeah, I've got a phenomenal team. Okay. I can't even. And then this is Judge Sosnick in the center, and he and I have been working together on Resolve for what is about 4 years now, and we are out of the pilot phase, and we are implementing, as I said earlier, in 2 Troy drug courts and 1 Novi Veterans Court. And the lady on the right sits on our board, and her name is Lisa Kaplan, and she works for Henry Ford Maple Grove.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it does take a team, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is our response that was actually created through our Oakland County Youth Collaborative, PEEPS, talking about buzzed and illegal driving. Doesn't matter what happens when you get behind the wheel, whether you're all the different words that are on the left-hand side. Buzz driving is drugged driving in whatever way you put it, whether it's alcohol, whether it's marijuana, whether it's prescription drugs that aren't prescribed to you, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So just being safe on the roads.
Mm-hmm.
All of our materials are available at the office as well, and posters, as well as on our website.
And then you have we did this, the gala. I'm trying to find that. Oh yeah, there it is. This is what we have coming up.
So all the proceeds go to benefit prevention and recovery programming. So Resolve, Keep Them Safe, Keep Them Healthy, Life is Your Playbook. It's being held November 29th at the in Pontiac at the Lafayette Grand.
Mm-hmm.
A wonderful historical building. It's actually, we've got a silent auction. We have a live auction. And one of the really great, unique things that we did last year, which we are going to replicate this year, is an art exhibit that is created by our young people through our PEEPS group. And they also do this photo voice, which is they go out into the communities that they live in and they take pictures or snapshots of what they're seeing in their community that could be risky for them. And then we figure out strategies to how do we fix that. So whether it's, for example, a needle in a back alley, they take a picture of that, and then we put it on these poster boards, these huge poster boards, and we did an exhibit actually at the courts, I think it's called Sixth Circuit Court, and then we also did it at Oakland schools, and then also with
so they can feel like part of the solution.
Absolutely,
like they're active in it. And
yes. Here's what they're seeing. Where you walk into a variety store or a gas station, and you'll see that the marketing is definitely targeted at them. It's at their level. It's bright and colorful. All those things. So they actually take snapshots of what that looks like to them and how they feel about it, and then we try and figure out solutions on how to maybe empower them to reach the audience that they need to, and change that for them in their community, working with our coalition.
Well, I would think that when you give them that opportunity, they use their senses differently.
Absolutely.
Like when they're outdoors or wherever they are, if they hear things that are going on, they care. They
do.
suddenly care because of
they're invested.
They're invested.
They're invested.
Yeah.
So we give them the tools around that, and making sure that they're always safe, but making sure that they're bringing back their voice. We believe that youth voices really matter. They are the strongest voices that we have, and if we're not listening to them, we're missing out. We're missing out on some key things that they need us to do as adults in their life.
Yes, that's so true. So regarding the gala, can anybody attend? And
Anybody
how
can
can they
attend.
get the tickets? I mean,
So they can call our office, and that's 248-221-7101, or they can go on our website, which is achcmi.org/gala. Or /gala, and get tickets. We're actually save the date cards are going out this week, and then the link to register online.
So it's all online and everything.
Yes,
that's great. We have just a few more minutes left, but you guys have so many more things that you could talk
we do.
about.
I'll have to come back.
Yes, you will definitely, because I know you'll have more things at that point. Yeah. One thing I'd like you to share, given your experience with working with the kids and communities. Well, first, how can people get involved? That's our first question. And second, just some kind of advice that you give people, even if they're not involved through the Alliance of Coalitions for Healthy Communities, just as an independent person, wherever they are. What advice can you give them? Or people that do want to get involved?
So people that want to get involved can call the office. We have a ton of volunteer work, whether it's stuffing envelopes for our gala or whether it's helping at all of our events. We have tons of that. We also do a lot of...
And your office is... I've been there, by the way. It's
you have.
Lovely.
Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. We're actually moving soon. We're going to be moving to the Oakland Community Health Network's new building on Crooks.
Oh, but you'll be closer to me.
Yeah, there you go. But currently we're at 895 North Updike. Yes. That's in Auburn Hills.
But I have to say, because I was in the office and Diane gave me a tour.
Oh, wonderful.
It's something about the place was so calming. It wasn't, it's not, it's so calming, and it's not hectic or anything like that. And everybody was so nice. So
Very passionate people.
Yes, so
good.
people that are going to participate, that's the kind of, the environment I got was like such good vibes.
Yeah,
from
it's
that.
very engaging, and
Yes.
everyone's very passionate about what we do. So
That's what I
it's,
sensed,
yeah,
right.
That's
So-
good. Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Yes,
So.
I really liked it.
Oh, good.
So, and then you're going to be moving around Crooks and...
Crooks and I-75, and that will be within the next 6 to 8 months.
Okay,
So we'll
and-
have more information on that when that
Sure,
happens.
and then people, like you said, they can volunteer perhaps if they wish.
Anytime, yep.
Okay, and then just quickly regarding what can a person do right now where they are living?
Sure.
Some advice that you can give based on
Sure.
your experience.
One,
and without them having to participate with any organization or anything, just on
great.
their own.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, getting involved with the coalition, I highly recommend it. But I
Yes.
would say that myself as a parent is pay
Yes.
attention. Pay attention to what your kids are saying, what they're doing. You have every right to look at their phones, look in their cars, look in their rooms. If you need resources, absolutely, you pay
Yes,
for it,
right.
right? So, and then if you need help, call us. Please call us. We've got so many resources that we can plug you into, and make sure that you're not alone, because you're not alone in this fight. We're all working together, and we're working really hard to make sure that all of our community members, our parents, our kids, everyone have the tools that they need to make sure that they are making healthy choices and having a healthy life.
What's your phone number again?
248-221-7101.
Well, I gotta tell you, given that I have 2 young kids,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
my son is in elementary and my daughter is just now going into middle school.
Okay.
My daughter just got her phone and she's
Oh, yeah.
all excited. And thank you for giving me permission to look at
You have permission. I actually heard
Yeah.
that from a sheriff, so I 10 years now, and
Yes.
I believe that.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so communities like yourselves, from a parent to you, they're so important.
They are.
And we are very thankful that you are around. And
Oh,
we
thank you.
wish you would expand more
I'm
and
trying.
more, and it looks like it's going in that direction.
It is.
So yes,
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations on such a success. Given
you.
what we saw, I mean, that is success.
That's a
really,
snapshot,
to be able
yeah.
to serve so many people.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for coming, and
Thank
I
you.
will have to have you back because,
I
like
would
I
love
said,
that.
I'm sure
Yeah.
within a
There's
year you'll
lots.
have so many things, and especially
Probably.
with you moving and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that'd be
Any
great.
last words? We just have 1 minute left.
No, that prevention works, and we just want to make sure that we have that connection with the communities, and we definitely engage everyone. So please give us a call or send us an email or go on our website and find what you need. And if you can't find it, call and ask, because we'll probably have
You'll create it.
some sort of a
You'll create
direction. Yeah, we'll try.
solution. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.